Hey, g'day. Cold this morning in Canberra, but just as the Bureau predicted, it warmed up a bit from the much colder temperatures we've had, so there'll be less teary-eyed kids looking at cute cuddly dead things in the kennel. In fact, it warmed up to being only minus 4.8ish degrees colder than average on the long Queanbeyan and ACT airport records, but we're not looking at how the Bureau of Meteorology predict the future. We're having a look at how they predict the past. On this map today we're looking at the highest maximum temperature for a month. We're looking at the month of May this year, and have a look just to the left of this nutty doodle drawing and watch how, when we go back through the years, at that point the highest maximum temperature is different every May, as you would expect. No 2 years are the same. And if we go back quite a way where there was genuine data at this point, and go through those years again, you'll see that it's changing quite a lot. So the highest maximum is not the same in different years. And that's how we know that this data was faked in the very early years, because as you would expect with fake data, it's cooler. But not only that, all the years are the same. So this is system generated data. Now at this point you may be thinking where I'm going with this. There's been found right through the Bureau of Meteorology data, worst of course in the acorn where most problems focus, a annual system generated square wave. So you may have been thinking I was leading up to how easy it is to plot a scary looking trend on a perfectly stable natural variation cycle and predict all sorts of doom from it, but that's not where we're going at all. This gets far crazier. If we switch to having a look at the maximum anomaly for a month, we'll see that this May, that area is green. And if we go to a day there, we'll see the opposite. The days are warm, and it doesn't matter what day we pick, they're all the same. If we go through any May day, they're all warm. And if we have a look at any year, they're all the same, warm in that spot. But if we go to another month, then we see a different thing. Doesn't matter what day. And it doesn't matter what year. That area is always the same coloured green. And this repeats in an annual cycle. We see the same crazy month. I'm going to go earlier through the months. You'll see we've got a cold one, then a warm one, then a colder one, then an even colder one, and if we go through any of these months we see the same temperature day after day in that spot. Now this annual square wave repetition of monthly cycles has been found in the acorn data by a clever fellow, Mr. Bob Fernley Jones. If you have a look at this extreme cycle here, what he did was subtract the raw CDO, they call it, data from the acorn data at various different sites and have a look at the difference. And you can see these regular square wave cycles, not like any natural sine wave cycle, through all of the data. It's an infection like a superbug in a hospital. Everything seems to have got it. It just keeps getting worse. Stay tuned.